Hello, my name's Martha Hayes. I'm here today with my colleague Laura Palczynski. We both work together on the Arachnos project, but Laura is also involved in the DISARM project. Laura has joined me today to tell us a little bit more about the role of DISARM, the outcomes of the project, and how it's going so far. Laura, can you tell me what the purpose of the DISARM project is?
Yeah, so DISARM stands for Disseminating Innovative Solutions for Antibiotic Resistance Management. So they are looking at practical solutions for trying to improve animal health and therefore reduce the need for antibiotic treatments. We follow the general advice, which is using as little antibiotics as possible but as much as necessary to treat disease and keep animal welfare in a good state.
How long has the project been running for?
The project started in January 2019 and we have spent quite a lot of time setting up the background. So the different work packages involve creating a community of practice, which we've hosted on Facebook, knowing that farmers and other users, that form of social media would be something that they potentially are already using, so they can join that. We also have a database which will be hosted on the website and created short little summaries of what information and research is already available, and also industry developments, so that we can show what's already available and develop those further. And then the fourth work package is looking at Multiactor farm health plans. So this is where a DISARM partner acts as a facilitator for a farm team. So that's the farmers working together with their vet, and also potentially their feed advisor or equipment suppliers and things like that. So any advisors that the farmer think would be useful to be part of that farm team can come, they sit around a table, they work out what the challenges are on that farm and try to develop targeted action plans specific for that farm to try and improve animal health and reduce the need for antibiotic treatments on farms. And as part of that, we've split that by species across different countries. As part of that, we'll be arranging cross-exchange visits as well. And then in our communication and dissemination work package, we have a lot of events and workshops to also organise to promote this multi-actor farm health approach, and also promote any solutions that we've come across through our different activities in the different work packages.
And in terms of this farm health approach, how difficult have you found it to engage with farmers, and have you had a good uptake of farmers so far during the project?
Yeah, so we set ourselves in good stead because the project proposal allocated the visits to partners who are already engaged with different farmers and species which are their strengths. So, for example, us at Innovation for Agriculture have quite strong links with the dairy sector, so we found it quite easy to have contacts there that we could approach, ask them if they were interested in the project, and go from there, really. And we've had quite positive uptake. So each country needs 5 farms to take part as case study farms, and so that will give us a total of 40 across pigs, poultry, cattle and sheep.
And just taking a step back there, can you actually tell me why this project is so important? Why is it crucial that we do reduce antibiotic use in farms throughout the EU?
Yeah, so antibiotic resistance is a massive problem in not just animal health but also human health as well, and agriculture need to play their part as part of the One Health approach. So if we can reduce the use of antibiotics, then any use of antibiotics creates a selection pressure so that bacteria can develop a resistance gene to those antibiotics, making those drugs ineffective to treat disease. So if we can reduce the need for those treatments in the first place, we can reduce that selection pressure to create the antibiotic-resistant bacteria. There's also issues potentially with residues going onto fields in slurry and other areas for management. So it's very important that we look at ways to improve our management of antibiotics on farms.
So taking this into consideration, how important do you think it is that we have a multi-actor approach, and how many partners are there involved in this project?
Yeah, so a multi-actor approach is really important. So as I mentioned, the One Health approach ideally involves, human health professionals, government and agriculture, as well as a myriad of other relevant actors. DISARM specifically is mainly focusing on what agriculture can do, but we are looking at other links with different national and European organisations with similar interests in that, including consumer groups and human health organisations. And in terms of the number of partners in DISARM, you're going to make me count them now. I think there's about 17 partners, but I might be missing a couple of those off of the top of my head. And those range from, got quite a few in Belgium, the Netherlands, the UK, obviously us, and France, Spain.
So it really is a group approach to tackling antibiotic usage.
Yeah, and across sectors as well. So things that the poultry sector are quite good at, and the pig as well, tend to be things like biosecurity, whereas perhaps, particularly in grazing systems, that might be something that they struggle with. So seeing where there are strengths and weaknesses of the different systems and sectors, and seeing if we can learn and apply those to different farms.
It really does sound interesting and a very useful project for farmers, I'm sure. On the other hand, could we just discuss quickly what your role is in this thematic network?
Yeah, so I am work package leader for the communication dissemination work package. And I'm also task leader for communications. So this involves quite a lot of coordination between the internal workings of the consortium, so contacting partners and making sure that they are doing their events and networking activities, and that's something that everyone seems very positive about, wanting to spread the results and promoting DISARM as a project.
It really does sound like a project which you're all very enthusiastic about. Thank you very much for coming to talk to us today, Laura.
Yeah, thanks, Martha.
The Arachnos project has received funding from the European Union's Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Programme under Grant Agreement number 817863.
Royalty-free music from Ben Sound.